Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us virtually for the premiere of Therapy Hour, written and directed by the extraordinarily talented Carolyn Ratteray. For those of you who are new to AMO was born out of a desire to accelerate representation in the arts, explore the meaning of identity in an ever-changing America, and shift mainstream storytelling towards diverse perspectives. We encourage all of you guys to use the chat, follow along, clap, cheer, use emojis, all that stuff, and then participate in our Q&A afterwards with the cast. Any misuse of, racist, sexist, or aggressive content will be removed and you will be blocked. And special thanks to Sidequest, who is our tech team behind the evening tonight. They are extraordinary and we couldn't have done it without them. Now, enjoy the show.
It's time for couples undressing and clients outside. Karen's confessing and self-soothing lies. In the grayest of gardens you may find a flower. Find out what happens this therapy hour.
Sean? Sean? What's going on? What are you doing?
Sorry, Cheryl, I'm almost done. Just a little lubrication for, the sesh today. Gotta get geared up. It's always so intense, so, just want to be ready.
Serena! Hi, Serena, hi.
Oh.
How are you? What are you doing there?
Hi. Hi. So I realized that it is really helpful for me to have my support system. You were talking about that with me last time. So I asked myself, what do I need for support in the COVID? And you know what? These guys, they've always just brought me such comfort in hard times, So even if Sean doesn't feel like listening to me, at least my tribe is listening.
Serena, I'm here to listen.
Oh, okay. Well, at least that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us.
Okay, see, no one can tell who you're looking at on here, sweetheart, so if that passive-aggressive look was for me, I wouldn't know. What I do know is that you're using your little friends there to hide.
I'm hiding. I'm hiding.
Wait, so if we start with gratitude.
Look who is hiding, using alcohol to cover up the fact that you have an intimacy issue. That every single time we have a session, it comes down to the fact that you cannot be vulnerable for one fucking moment. You know what? No. Brene Brown says that we need to learn how to bear ourselves, but you just duck and cover and dodge.
I think that if we just take a nice deep breath and ground our toes.
Bear myself? Oh.
Okay, I see that we have started off on a very lively foot, but I would like to take a moment to try a strategy that we discussed in our last meeting, practicing our P's and Q's, pausing our emotions, hiding our emotions.
Bear myself? She thinks I can't bear myself? How about this?
Oh!
Well, I like that very much. I've actually always liked that pair.
This pair has always liked you.
If you don't watch it, I'm gonna come over there.
Why? You're gonna break quarantine.
I want you socially adjacent.
If you all don't need a relationship coach, I could be using this time for another client. I know you've only seen me 2 or 3 times, but every time something like this happens, and
I want you socially proximate.
Sorry, I was passive aggressive.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've been so agitated lately.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
are y'all in the same house?
Oh, God.
Hello. going to end the session now, and I will no longer be taking your phone calls or session requests. I'm not into this type of kink. You all say you have problems, but then something like this happens, and I'm beginning to think that you're just bored. Like you get off on this or something, and you don't really need therapy. Hello? Okay, well, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna end the meeting for you guys then. Oh, geez. Hi.
Hi, am I early?
Hi.
Hi, am I early?
No, yeah, no, it's okay. My other clients are just gonna sign off, and they're practicing an exercise that I gave them. So let me start a new meeting. Let's see, how do I do this? Send you a new link. Difficulty, sorry.
It's okay. I won't be on long today. I just wanted to say that I have been reflecting, doing my end of the year reflections, and I just wanted to say, with everything that went on with the protests this year, I just wanted to say that, okay, I see you, and I hear you, and I acknowledge your labor. I acknowledge the labor that you do and the labor that you have put into our relationship and the world. I'm not doing enough, but I vow to do less. I mean, more. Well, less to aid racism, but more with my privilege to make sure that it helps others. And I vow to examine my whiteness so that it is no longer fragile, but strong and powerful. No, wait, don't speak. Now is the time for white people to speak up more. I vow to take up more space so that you can be seen and heard. I renounce my session today as my contribution towards your reparations. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Oh God, yeah. Oh.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, so hot.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so glad this link still works. Cheryl, I need you. Oh, I've been with you for a year now, and I came up first because of the breakup that you know quite well. And we did good work, like really good work, solid work. And I was solid. I was over her. You saw me this February after 3 years. I was finally able to date again. I was smoking less, well, a little less, but my heart was open for business, and I knew what a boundary was. Okay, I was ready, and then it was like God smoted me. I was smoked. How after all this time of healing, when I'm finally ready to date, how this thing could just happen on the planet. I mean, the timing.
The timing is bad for everyone. That's the thing about a pandemic.
Exactly. And it's hard, right? Like on my spirit. And now with the holidays approaching, no matter how much yoga I do, I have to deal day in and day out with just me. And I started losing days. I don't even know when it started. I mean, I've lost all the days, but it was so innocent. I mean, a lung-eating virus is out there on anything. I mean, it's on any surface. And so, of course, I'm going to answer a text that asks me how I am. I mean, it's the end of the known world. I mean, AOC said it. We are in the stage later capitalism.
You mean late stage capitalism?
Exactly. So who am I to be selfish? I mean, she was clearly crying out for help in her texts when she asked, "How are you?" So I had to respond. I mean, how could I have a boundary in the face of such a cry?
You mean when she said, "How are you?"
That's the one. So it just started with just one text. And like you suggested last time, I tried to write down on a piece of paper what she did to me and why she didn't deserve any response. And I was going to post that on the wall. So whenever I got up from my bed, I could see it. But then while I wasn't getting out of bed, so I wouldn't have even seen the post-it anyway. So, Carol, I mean, I couldn't remember the bad times. I mean, were there really, truly any? It couldn't have been that bad.
You don't remember the pathological lying?
It didn't come to mind, no.
The extreme gaslighting?
I had not.
The rampant cheating?
Another one I missed, I guess.
Great, great. I'm glad our work has made such an impact.
It had. That's the thing. I was strong enough that I didn't even need our sessions anymore. But now with Christmas coming up and there might be another lockdown and her veritable cry for help.
Oh, you mean the how are you text?
Yeah, that's the one. The banshee call and the COVID wild cry of a text. And I thought, it couldn't hurt. I mean, how are we supposed to live in an indefinite lockdown? It's inhumane. I need hugs. I require like a typically large amount of hugs. And I didn't have anyone in my exposure pod. So what am I supposed to do? Just be alone for the late stages of capitalism times?
Late stage capitalism.
We talked about our past, and she finally said she was sorry. She knew she was wrong. She apologized for everything. And that's what she said. If I hurt you, I'm sorry. I mean, what more could I say? And astrologically, I think this moment in time is really just making us confront ourselves. I mean, there is no hiding in the COVID. And I had to deal with me, and she had to deal with her. And so she came over. And then for our health, we basically decided it was best to quarantine together, you know, to reduce exposure. So we moved in, and we're talking about marriage. And by we, I mean that I have the ring in my pocket, and I think I'm going to ask her tonight. So that's where I am. There, I said it. So I thought I would call you because I thought you might have something to say. Do you have anything to say?
No, I don't have anything to say, I guess.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you for your blessing. Happy Hanukkah.
You too?
Hey, what's up?
Hi, I thought you were gonna call me from home this time.
Hi, how are you, sir? Let's go. Huh? Oh, no, I just had to go to the store real quick. It's no big deal.
But we talked about this. I thought we were gonna have this meeting inside to examine your resistance to being told to stay at home. Every time you've called me, you've had some reason to be outside, so.
Carol, hold on just one sec. I'm at the register. How are you doing, sir? Good, yeah. Yeah, doing all right?
Tom, why don't you just call me from home, okay?
No, it's okay. I'm just leaving. It's all good. I need to, oh, man.
Hey, no, keep your hand away from your face. Keep your mask up. Tom, what are you doing? Keep your hand away from your face. It's not just for you, it's for those around you. Remember?
I can't do it. I just can't resist. I can't do it.
Tom, we can work through this. I'm not trying to see your nostrils. I don't want to see your mustache.
Oh, shit. I think that my phone's about.
Hello?
Oh. Hello? Hi.
Hi.
Do I know you?
Probably not.
Oh. How did you get in here?
I hacked it.
What?
I hacked Zoom accounts. You're Zoom bombing me?
This is like the last thing that I need to happen to me today.
Yes, I am Zoom bombing you. Though, yes, I do know it's illegal and selfish and pretty terrible.
Why are you doing it?
Because when we were all allowed to be around each other, I used to do random acts of kindness for people. Like pay for the person's coffee behind me in Starbucks, or feed my meter way over the amount of time necessary so the next person can use the spot. Or even just hold doors open all day for other people. I can't do that anymore, and I miss it. So I found my way on here, and I just wanted to show you this. I know you don't know me, but if you would, could you just pretend someone left these on your metaphorical windshield with a note that says, "Happy holidays. I hope you're having a great day." That's all. I know, I have issues. I'm in therapy. It may or may not be working. I'll get off now.
No, don't.
Doing what?
Don't get off.
Oh.
This is the first moment of honesty that I have had all day. Thank you for the flowers.
Thank you for receiving them.
Yeah.
You have a nice smile. I miss smiling at people. I have to smile really hard to make it come through just my eyes. Now people are so far away, I'm not sure my smile makes it 6 feet.
Oh, I bet it does.
How are you?
You're asking me how I am?
I was trying to, yes.
Oh, you're asking me how I am. Oh, that feels nice. Thank you. Well, today was a little hectic. I have a life coaching business. I'm a little new at it. It's been about a year. And I decided to have an open session today where people can make an appointment and drop into a Zoom space and talk. But it didn't really go the way I thought it would.
Oh, wow. That sounds cool. I go to therapy.
Well, be glad you don't go to me. Seems like I'm pretty ineffective.
I bet you're great.
Thanks.
It's a wild time. Everybody's everything is just coming on up to the surface. Before we had all these distractions to escape ourselves, but now there's no escape from ourselves. So it's weird. Don't be so hard on yourself. This is the time of revelation.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Is it time?
Yes. Hi, yes. I'm sorry. I didn't even catch your name. What was your name?
Oh, Cheryl, it's me, Taya. Taya?
Not you, Taya. I know who you are. This gentleman right here. What was your name again?
Cheryl, who are you talking to?
Oh, she can't see you? Oh, I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm having a little bit of a day, but I'm fine. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling much better.
Oh, wow. What beautiful flowers.
Yes. Yes. They're a reminder to be kind to myself. It is a hard time. So, how have you been?
Hello, everyone. My name is Carolyn Ratteray, the writer and director of Therapy Hour, and I just want to thank you all for joining us for our watch party and for this Q&A afterwards, a chance to just connect together with the cast, maybe ask a couple questions if there are any, and just basically share time and space as we
begin to close out this incredibly wild and every year. Before I ask the cast to introduce themselves, I would love to just give a couple of more thank yous, huge thank yous to Ammo Theater Company, all the ADs and the whole company members. It's been amazing for presenting this. Our particular producers, Lexi, Sloan, Regina, Hoyles, Karla, Mosley on this. Sidequest Productions, if anyone is ever doing anything online, hook up with them, please. They are amazing. Lucy Geller for making our amazing intro song. Regina Hoyles again for the video. So much beautiful talent. And of course, these beautiful spirits and actors and talents that I had the pleasure of working with. I'd love for y'all just to say hello, introduce yourself, who you played, and then popcorn over to someone, and then we'll just chat for a few minutes. I'm gonna start off with Kim Hamilton.
Hello, my name's Kim Hamilton. I'm Megan, which was a lot of fun. I love Carolyn's words. Anytime we get a chance to work with her is always the best. So thank you for being here. I'll pop it down to Brit. At least on my screen, you're below.
Yes. My name's Brit Manor. I am an associate member of Ammunition Theater Company. Played Carolyn, your lovely therapist. Yes. Julie.
Hey, I'm Julie Bersani. I'm a co-AD at Ammo. I played Karen, and I'm gonna kick it over to Chris.
Hey guys. How are you guys? My name is Chris. I'm a member of Ammo, and I play Sean. I should kick it over to who's left.
Johnny's here.
Johnny, where's Johnny? Johnny, hey Johnny.
Hey, Chris. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Hi, I'm Johnathan Tchaikovsky. I'm also a member of Ammunition Theater, and I played Tom that won't wear his mask. Thank you guys so much for being here. This has been a great time.
Awesome. I think that's everyone here. And of course, we have Blake Youngfountain, who was with us playing Miles. We have Briana, Marin playing Serena. And I think that covers everyone. Just a couple of us aren't here. So yeah, this is a moment for a couple of questions. A couple questions have come through. So let me read them in the chat. We have the first one, I guess, what was the inspiration behind Therapy Hour, which is a little similar to the ideas behind Therapy Hour transcends beyond COVID. Did you have the idea for the script before the pandemic, or was COVID the driving force behind this script? So I'll start it off with that. I definitely did not have ideas for this script before this moment in time. Karla Mosley came to me and she was like, we're doing a short play festival. We're doing like a Pass the Mic festival with another amazing theater company, IAMA. Do you want to write a piece for that? And I was like, yes, sure. I haven't done that before, but yes, yes. You know, why not say yes? And then the early prompt for that was just around like reflections of being in the quarantine, the pandemic, Central Park Karens. And so of course my mind kind of goes to comedy first. So I wrote this, just sat down and wrote it out. And then it turned out that the tone of it wasn't quite what was right for that festival. So I ended up writing something else for that festival. But then we were like, hell, maybe we'll just save this for a later time. And now the later time is here. A couple of tweaks. Again, Karla was like, make some tweaks for the holidays. And so we were able to do it a couple months later, since incredibly we're still in this situation. So that is the inspiration behind it, and definitely didn't have the idea, but I certainly needed to process through humor a lot of the themes that I was seeing, you know, that we're all seeing and living through. So that was from that. That's where that came from. Let's see. Oh, okay, here's one for folks, whoever might want to answer. Working in theater and to an extent on television and film, actors are able to feed off of the audience and those around them. For Therapy Hour, that was not the case. So what is it like to act without having the energy from the audience? Does anyone want to take that one from our lovely cast?
I guess I'll speak on that. You know, honestly, it's the disconnect between your fellow castmates that's the hardest, I think, for me personally. You know, the embodiment of theater and being in the same room with your, you know, your cohorts is is the rub. So the audience, I think with comedy, yes, the audience is important, and to get that kind of response. But I think in this context, we trust each other, and we have to do so more on a Zoom space. And so that's we make it work. Yeah, we make it work.
Anyone else want to jump in on that one?
I think some of the live shows that we've done too, there's actual nerves beforehand. Like you're really waiting in the wings to go on and be live. So there's that, the magic is definitely still there. It's not the same. We can't wait to get back in the theater, but it's still there. And especially with the chat line going, it's kind of a nice sense of community. I think that's been a really lovely part about this year of all the shows that we've been doing and our fellow theater companies have been doing. We're all kind of showing up and coming in the chat line and texting each other afterwards. So that's been lovely about this year.
Yeah. I know there's something exhilarating too about not knowing what reaction you're getting. There's something sort of thrilling about that, because sometimes you feel like, oh, it's working, we're getting a reaction, the audience is invested, but with this, you're kind of like, here we go. We're gonna go to the like almost like film photography, where you don't know if you got it till you see it developed later. You're like, well, if it made an impact, it made an impact. If people laughed, it laughed. Like, yes, the chat is very helpful, but I don't know. For me, there's something exciting about not knowing if it's working or not.
Yeah,
I love it. Yes, awesome. There's another question for the cast. How have y'all stayed connected to art during these times? How have you stayed connected to how have you all stayed connected to art and each other during these times? Anyone want to jump in on that one?
I can hop in on that. We're all incredibly fortunate to be part of this company. It's been incredibly active this year. Ammo's been cranking out content every month. We have a podcast called The Risking Space that's happening right now. We've done 2 festivals, the Pass the Mic and the Together LA Festival. We have a series of videos that our co-AD Malcolm Barrett has been producing and putting out with a team of people from the company. We've done readings of plays. We had a playwriting lab where we just did the readings of 5 of those incredible playwrights this past weekend. So we've been really lucky that we built this community before this pandemic and have had the community to really support and encourage each other throughout it. So I think that for the company, I think that's one way that we've stayed connected to each other and to the arts. And then I know the individual members are also exploring their artistry on their own and doing some of their own stuff as well. So yeah, we've been really, really fortunate to have that.
Absolutely. Anyone else want to hop in on that?
I mean, I'll definitely express my gratefulness to Ammo. I remember at the beginning of quarantine, the ADs and certain other members decided that we should attempt to do a weekly touch-in with everyone, just to keep everybody sort of a bit uplifted and make sure that everyone was okay and safe and healthy. And to me, being a part of a theater company is brand new for me, and I've explored the possibility for years, but this was the first time it all kind of sort of jived together, and with a group of people that I clicked with, and I think that the gratefulness to all of those people to say thank you, because it was sort of this wonderful, well, let's just make sure everyone's all right. And that alone, just the check-in alone, I think gave at least me a lot of drive and momentum to want to be able to stay invested, stay creative. And it almost became a necessity in a way, where to be able to handle the isolation and the disconnect from a normal life, whatever that might be, to be able to stay creative became absolutely important to be able to do that. And on top of it, I kind of got touched back in with certain tactile arts that I hadn't done in a while, started drawing more again, a little bit of sculpture, stuff like that. So I think that it all kind of fed into everything else. And at the end of the day, I'm just humbled and grateful to the community that has helped keep me uplifted. And I hope that I've been able to do the same.
Yeah. I feel the same way in terms of being really grateful for the community that has been around this year. And it's sort of I guess I didn't realize how much I needed this community. I needed to know that, okay, we're still a bunch of weirdos in this world. Okay, we're the artists. We exist still when the world is so serious right now. So I'm really grateful for Ammo and for my theater community, but also Johnathan, I was able to pick up some other creative hobbies. Like for instance, me, I picked up photography this year, and I really, really love it. It's giving me a chance to get out and explore. In times when everyone's in quarantine, you can't really be around people. I'm able to go out and like go to a beautiful place and get a great landscape. So that's what I've been up to.
I love that. That kind of, maybe you all already answered it, but there was like a follow up to that question in the chat of what's everyone's favorite part about working with or being a part of AMMO. So I definitely am getting the sense of the amazing, and I've experienced the amazing community of artists and genuinely beautiful spirits that comprise AMMO. Is there anything else that anyone wants to add to that in terms of answering that question, the favorite part about working with or being part of AMMO? Any other things to put into the mix?
I will say that AMMO for me struck a really wonderful balance between being honest with each other about the work and what could help improve, what could help grow, and at the same time being compassionate and vulnerable. Sometimes I feel like in my experience, I've gotten sort of a bit of harshness from certain groups or people, peers that I've worked with, where they're on the tougher side of things and it's all about a slight sense of degradation to help motivate, and I kind of moved away from those groups. And then there are others where it's been as far too saccharine and everyone's just complimenting each other all the time and everyone's a genius, and I just got really sick of that after a while. So like AMMO has this wonderful balance for me between being direct and honest about, and I think it's because what they're, at least in my experience with them so far as a new member, is that the company cares so much about the work of the authors and making sure that the community actually feels touched and listened to and heard and seen by the works that we do. Like the community seems to be the priority because so much of their philanthropy on top of the performative works that they do is integral to who all these wonderful people are that I've had the good fortune of spending some time with in the last several years.
I love these answers. I have deep, warm fuzzies from these answers. I don't know. I just said warm fuzzies. So there's that. Also, other questions. That as a director, there are always challenges. What were some of the more unique challenges I confronted while directing Therapy Hour? I will have to say it because this platform of, it's not directing for the stage, which I have done, and it's a weird hybrid of kind of doing a short film, but with like theatrically based. And so I feel like through the medium of OBS, there's definitely, and I am not claiming to have achieved the learning curve yet, but the learning curve of, oh yeah, you actually kind of do have to storyboard out the script so that the OBS, and this for us, Sidequest, can know who to focus on what line, right? It's not just always like the technical, like it's not just always the Zoom template that we're used to. You have Sam and Gabby were really amazing about saying what is possible with OBS, and there's so many things possible. This was a pretty simple format, but kind of going through the storyboard option was definitely a learning curve of, oh, there's room to play here. Who gets their close-up shot basically, or who and when is everyone sharing the screen. So that was definitely, I find it kind of fascinating and interesting, and it's definitely different than obviously stage, and it's not quite film. So yeah, that would be a unique challenge for how do we keep generating content in this medium during this time. Thank goodness there's OBS and Zoom and all those things. Yeah, so there's a lot of creativity blossoming all over the place to try to keep creating and telling stories, which is the oldest thing that humans do. We tell stories in any condition, under any condition, which is what everyone's still doing. So that's great. A couple more questions before we wrap. If anyone sees any questions as well that I might have missed in the chat, there are a couple of questions around, yes, the link is going to be available, so you can share it. That would be amazing. Will it be continued as a weekly series? Probably not a weekly one, but there's definitely been some talk of maybe doing it a monthly. I think it'll be fun to, since this COVID is obviously a shared experience with everyone, we all recognize these people and these characters. So for me, I found it helpful to just have these reflections and to laugh about very unfunny topics. Anything else for actors, whether it's a writer, actor, or director? How have you been able to? Oh yeah, well, you all kind of answered this. As a creator of art, it's important to continue to hone your craft and develop your skills. So whether it's an actor, writer, or director, how have you been able to do that while quarantined? I love Chris talking about photography. I do want to see some of your shots now. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. I got you.
Okay, okay.
Go to my IG, Chris__Gardner.
Oh, I follow you. Okay, I'm gonna leave it and take another look. If anyone else, has anything to share about what else has kind of blossomed for them in this very strange time, or maybe nothing.
I'm gonna throw Kim out and just give her a little shout out for her stop motion claymation that she started doing in quarantine, which is like maybe the best thing ever. It's super fun. So it's been really cool to see people do creative things that like you didn't know they were interested in or exploring, and that's something that I've seen her put up on Instagram. So just,
that has been fun. Artistic directing ammo has been super fulfilling. I mean, I love this company so much, and I can't believe like the amount of work everyone has been doing in this time. It feels like more than any regular season. And then I'm also going to shout out Carolyn because she is a puppeteer, and
I was going to say that. I love those puppet shows.
Those have been super fun. Yeah, it's funny what we turn to. I never would have. Yes, and I love the stopgap animation. What's it called?
Stop motion.
Stop motion, not stopgap. All right. Yes, they're so great. They're so great.
Let's see where it goes.
I actually started therapy again like January 1st, 2020. Thank God. I like got in right on time. So this year has been a really interesting exploration of what an artist, what being an artist is for me next, and how I feel about my own abilities and thoughts, and making sense of the world and how it can be filtered through. And I think artists are vessels for thought, vessels for ideas, for I don't know, the future, and also we get to paint the pictures and color all the nuanced moments. But I think this piece was so, it hit home for me the moment I read it, because I talked with my therapist about their own experiences as in their work, and they are holding all of our stories right now. And they are like heroes for all of us. And I encourage anyone listening or watching, if you haven't tried therapy, try it. And also to support therapists, people who are therapists or life coaches in your life. They're carrying a lot of loads. So there's a bunch of organizations, especially for Black and Brown people who traditionally haven't been in those spaces before. There's online therapy, Open Path. So this is so real. This is such a slice of life. And I saw myself in the script, and I saw other people I know in the script. So this year has been about therapy for me, as an artist. And I think it's been life-changing. And so it was such a pleasure to do this piece to wrap it up. So thank you, Carolyn.
I think that's an amazing reflection to kind of close with, and on. Thank you for also highlighting and sending that shout out to our life coaches and our spiritual workers and our therapists who, as you said, are holding our stories. I mean, the emotional intelligence, the psychic bandwidth, to deal with their own lives, and not only our lives as they navigate us all through these crises it's incredible. Definitely frontline workers all over. I know that we are all pouring our heart out in gratitude to everyone who is we're all experiencing the brunt in various ways, but some of us are definitely getting obviously it way more, and to say thank you. I mean, I think that's a great reflection, Brit. Thank you for I think that's a great way to close too. I know it's 7:15. There's a lot of holiday things going on this weekend. I want to say thank you all who are watching for sharing some of the time with us. Again, thank you, Ammo and Sidequest, and you all amazing, beautiful artists who bring these stories to life regularly. It's such a pleasure. And I think that's all I have to say. Is anybody else?
Just one more thing. If you guys like what you see or you want to know more about Ammo, follow up, just go to ammotheater.com. You can support, you can subscribe to catch up on everything we have coming up, which will start again in the new year.
All right, guys.
Thank you all so much. This has been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay healthy.